quick. Like
Yeah.
no one said it was gonna be easy. Nobody said it's gonna be a cakewalk. You're gonna have to work hard for it. You're gonna have to get out of your comfort zone, push past, and things are gonna fight back. Things are gonna get in your way, trip you up, and it's gonna hurt. But like, why stop? You made it. You went through all this hardship, all this pain, all this, and instead of like not internalizing it to bottle it up, but internalizing it to get an understanding of it, you just push all that away and just quit.
What are you doing today that makes you better than the person you were yesterday? That is part of the Ascension brand. That is the motto, the heart of what we stand for. When I pass away, I want people to know. I want people to remember me, not for the time that I spent on this planet, but for the things that I have done to contribute to society. My mama raised a loser, but I broke the chains. I wasn't made to be.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Dirty Trunk Podcast, where the elephant is always welcome. It is me, your boy Marcus Morton. Here with me, as always, the Aaron Mack. We are back again, once again.
And as always, ladies and gentlemen, you belong here. You belong here. Yes.
Welcome.
Mark,
What's up, man?
Let's talk. I got some stuff that I want to get off my chest.
All right.
As you know, a few weeks ago, and this is what happens. I want to tell y'all something. I heard the realest thing that I've ever heard in my life is that you will end up spending a whole lot more money trying to save money.
What you mean?
Let me tell you what I'm talking about, Mark. So, remember the conversation that we had about the cars that I had to get the windshield replaced on both cars, right?
Yeah.
We had this conversation recently. So tell me, recently, we had a situation with one of the cars where the seal wasn't placed properly on one of the windshields, and it's been raining cats and dogs for the past week. All right, so I went to this place to get these windshields replaced because the windshields need to be replaced, but at the same time, Safelite was charging me $600 for the Sonata and about $400 for the Elantra to replace the windshields. Now, granted, had I gone to Safelite, they're Safelite reputable, they got warranties on all their work, whatever, cool. They got the works. They got the works. That's pretty much what I'm trying to say. Granted, it's a lot more money, but their work is guaranteed, right? Go to this one place because, well, they charge $200 to replace the windshield. And join in downtown Petersburg, they ain't got no waiting room. You drop the car off and they just, you get it done, whenever they get it done or whatever, you come pick that joint up and they leave that joint, sit out in the parking lot and they close up. They don't even wait for you. So, there's a leak in the top corner of the windshield of the Elantra. And it was dripping water, floorboard wet, inside of the car soaked. And now we took it back. I called the folks back and I took the car back to them. This was about 2 weeks ago. I take the car there. I get Herb to drop me off right before they started doing their second episode of the podcast that they recorded. Herb Certainty Podcast, shout out. Y'all go check them joints out. But by the time we got back to the apartment, they called me and was like, it was ready. Now, mind you, it was dry this day. It was a pretty nice day, so I couldn't tell one way or another if they had fixed it or not. I could have just poured some hot water on it and see if something had really been done. But yeah, I don't know. I can't say one way or another. I just know the next time it rained, Mark, same thing. It just raining inside the car, Mark. So I called back, and now I can't get no answer.
Oh.
It's almost like they
put you on the
closed down. Like I've
blacklist.
been trying to call for like the last few days. It's almost like they closed down. They supposed to be open today. I went to their joint and they closed. And they got a sign up that says "Call this number for assistance." We will answer. We guaranteed to answer. They didn't answer, Mark. They didn't answer.
Come on.
So I don't know. So now not only I like it puts me in a situation. I'm glad I know how to do things with cars because I can easily pull the seat out and clean the carpet and get all of the insulation from under the carpet, replace that, and boom, everything is good. But it brings me to a point of like when I heard the message that broke people spend a lot more money because they spend so much time trying to save money. This is exactly what they're talking about. Had I been one of the people who didn't know how to work on cars, I'd be up the creek without a paddle because now the car smell like mildew and then I don't know how to fix it. So now I got to take it to somebody else, probably the dealership, because the body shop ain't gonna do nothing but just tell you, yeah, you gotta. That's specialty work. So I don't know. We could do nothing about that. So now I got to replace the insulation and the carpet because they probably gonna mess something up because I don't want to take it to the dealership. This is just like how regular individual, how their brain operates. They're going to take it straight to the dealership anyway, and the dealership going to charge them an arm and a leg for it. So I'm just saying, man. Yeah, I'm just saying. Like I got hemmed up because I took it to somewhere that was cheaper, but then I ended up we're gonna end up having to come out with a lot more anyway in the long run. So yeah, that's my message for today, man.
Oh man, that is.
I wanted to go boss or false with that, but I was like, you know what, I don't even know. Granted, they did take the joint back, said it was fixed. And come back and pick it up, and that joint just it got worse. So I don't know. I felt like they kind of drilled a hole in the insulation and just I don't know. Moving. I don't know. I do have a boss of false, but you know, I might have to say that. You know, I don't know.
Come on.
Oh, well, you got one?
Not really. It was gonna be like kind of. Attached to like a story. So I went outside before we started the podcast. I ran and got like a little drink, little pick me up drink for the podcast.
Little go juice.
Yeah, and I noticed there was a Valentine's Day bag on my car.
Come on.
And I'm like, all right, maybe Courtney forgot it out here. She probably bringing in groceries. Maybe she forgot it.
Yeah.
So I bring it inside, and I'm like, babe, did you forget this bag on the car? And she's like, what bag? I was like, this Valentine's Day bag. He's like, who brought the Valentine's Day bag? But it was from my neighbors. They gave us a little Valentine's Day bag, and I thought that was like real nice of them. Shout out to them.
So there are nice people in the world. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, and I wanted to give a shout out to them, especially because even before we started living here, they were real nice people. My grandma used to live here, and when she had her hiccups and when she was slipping into dementia, they were here for her. They would come over, sit, talk with her, make sure she was okay and not real anxious and stuff. And that just speaks volumes. It kind of feels good coming from like a small town, because like when everybody knows like your family, and they sometimes even they'll know before you that something's happened with like a family member, and they'll ask you, are they okay? I noticed they aren't on their routine schedule of doing whatever they used to do or whatever, and it feels pretty nice. So
it's good to know. False. Good to know that there are good people out there, man, because everybody is on a what's in it for me mode, so they can't even, and especially now during this pandemic, man, everybody is pretty much on that. So it's hard to find good people that's still doing good things. So yeah, that's dope. That's real dope. I'm glad to hear that you got people like that. Meanwhile, my neighbors are still out here bumping loud music at 3:00 in the morning.
Oh man.
Well, I'm just trying to figure out like why my upstairs neighbors, why she sound like that. And I could have the sound wrong. You know, you ever tried to play guess the sound in the apartment? I could have the sound wrong, but for some reason, every morning at between about 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock a.m., it sounded like she, like, you know how somebody like nailing something to the wall.
Yeah.
I could have the sound wrong. I could have the sound. It is in the bedroom, so.
Tragic. Anyway. Like, I don't know. Maybe you gotta step out on that line of faith, man. You gotta make the first move. Gotta be humble and generous, and maybe it will be reciprocated. And I don't know.
I don't know.
I was trying.
We on good terms now. She ain't cussing me out every time she see me no more.
Okay.
Yeah.
Progress. Baby steps.
Yeah, baby steps. So I mean, granted, it ain't about to last long because I'm getting the hell out of here. So I mean, it is what it is. Hopefully, about to get out of here. Just we'll see. So yeah, man. Had the worst experience I've ever had at a Waffle House. A few minutes ago, I spent time at Waffle House like I was an associate. I was there for about an hour waiting on food.
Come on.
So yeah, I don't even know if I should get into that, man. But man. All right, you know what? Yeah, fuck it, Dirty Trump. So
yeah, speak your piece, man. Speak your piece.
All right, so Waffle House. And we all know about Waffle House. It ain't the best restaurant in the world. It's a hole in the wall joint. But you know that when you go to Waffle House, you're about to get some damn good food.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And it's just breakfast for the most part. It ain't nothing extravagant. For those of y'all who listening on the West Coast, you probably don't know. Wait, do they got Waffle Houses over on the West Coast? I think they do. I want to say they
might be called something else.
I want to say they got Waffle Houses on the West Coast. I'm pretty sure they got, because I heard David Dobrik talking about a Waffle House one time. So I'm pretty sure they got Waffle Houses. But yeah, I know Waffle Houses ain't everywhere though. I think it's just a Southern thing. But yeah, for those of y'all who don't know what Waffle House is, it's a little hole in the wall spot that just that serves breakfast and bomb ass waffles. Like it is what it is. It's like you go there, you ain't about to get no concierge service, ain't no valet. You go there, you probably about to pay about $6 or $7 to get a waffle plate. The waffles are, I don't know how they waffles are so damn good. I do not understand it. Why they waffles that damn good. It just don't make sense. Like, you can't recreate it at the house. I don't know what the fuck is going on with it.
They put their foot in it, man.
Huh?
I said they put their foot in it, man.
Yeah, man. No, I mean, somebody put their foot in it. It's already got feet in it when it get there. So, you know, like they don't do it at the store. But yeah, we up in that joint and they are packed. And I mean, they got every table that they can have with somebody in it, had somebody in it. They had orders that was being called in, and they had a new guy at the register taking the orders. I don't know who the hell decided to have this guy in this environment as a new guy.
Not on the rush.
On the register.
I mean,
you gotta start off at the busting tables or something, man. They had this dude straight on the register, and he was like the most awkward kid ever. He wasn't even the problem. I saw that he was new. Alyssa saw that he was new. Like, she saw that he was new immediately as soon as we came in. She spotted it. She told me, she was like, I think he's new. And I was like, nah, I think he's good. He's straight. He took our order. He really had no problems when he took the order or nothing. But even though the order was wrong, I mean, straight wrong. But that wasn't even the problem. We standing there waiting. People came in. People went. We waiting. And they were making our food. It's not like they forgot our order, right? So I noticed that we ordered biscuits with the All-Star, because the All-Star come with toast. We ordered the biscuits, and we ain't get no biscuits. I was about to go ask about the biscuits, and the lady that was helping the dude out, who was working there, she kind of got an attitude, thought I was about to be an asshole. I'm like, nah, yo, y'all good. I was just asking him a question about such and such, which still ain't get resolved, but regardless, it's cool. We let it slide. One of us got biscuits, so we made it. We made it out good. Regardless, we stayed there waiting for a minute. And we noticed that some folks had came in, they got their food first. And the lady was like, yeah, we just waiting on y'all waffles. Now, you know, at Waffle House, you could clearly see the back where they cooking the food at. That joint is a diner. You can see where they cooking your food at. So where they make the waffles at, that joint had 2 waffles to go sitting right in front of it. And I'm looking at them joints as she's saying that. I'm like, yeah, okay, take your time. I'm looking. They're right there. And there's another little kid up in there. There's another little kid in there who was supposed to be doing nothing but cleaning. Nothing but cleaning. So he looks at the waffles. 2 waffles stacked on top of one another. He says, are these waffles to go? Somebody says yes. He picks up one of them and takes it to another family, and they're on their way out the door. And I'm looking at it like, that's odd. So there were 2 waffles there. He picked up one and gave it to them because they had a waffle ready. They ordered a waffle. Okay, I'm cool. Yeah, I got that. There's a waffle in the joint that had just started. That was for them. But those ones the ones that he separated, those were for us. So I'm sitting there looking at it, I'm like, oh my damn. That did not just happen. The lady looks at him and said, what happened to the waffles that were right here? And he says, I already gave it to the people. She was like, what damn people? The people are still standing there waiting on these waffles. Bruh, here's where the problem came in.
Oh, man.
You would not believe what his response was. My man looked her straight in the eyes and was like, well, I ain't know. And she was like, you weren't supposed to touch them. They're for those customers right there. He says, they'll be all right.
Oh.
Mark, now,
oh no.
For those of you who ain't never been in a Waffle House, the whole bitch open. I mean, it's a big open room. The only thing that's enclosed in the Waffle House is the bathroom. Literally. My man literally looks at her and says, they'll be all right. While I'm right in earshot. And I just bust out laughing. I'm like, yo, this little motherfucker. No, he didn't. Now, it was weird though, because everybody in there, everybody in this joint was like positive. Everybody had positive attitudes. The dude was messing up. There was like a black dude that was on the grill or whatever. My man was tatted up. He had dreads and whatnot. So you thinking like you go in that joint and society is going to automatically make you think that the dude with the dreads and all the tattoos is the most aggressive motherfucker in there. He up that joint like he giving motivational phrases and quotes and shit from the grill. He's like, yo, Phil, it's all good, bro. You gotta crash. You gotta crash in order to learn how to drive, right? He's like, hey, it's all good, man. You learn it. Don't worry about it. He's like, hey, you over here, you good. Hey, don't worry about it. You burnt that. It's cool. We go ahead and do another one. It's all right. Like he up that joint like he like air traffic control. He definitely air traffic control with that kind of attitude, right? So he up that joint like motivating everybody. He like got everybody in a good mood, everybody laughing at him. And then you got this little snot-nosed kid that's like he's messing up people's orders and he's not even supposed to be touching the food. He says, they'll be all right. To your customers that's listening to you, that's within earshot. Now, I just wanted to point that out because I listened to this kid while we were there. And this probably ain't going to be what this episode is about, but it's going to send me on a tangent, as most things usually do. He was upset that he was at work, and you can tell that by his demeanor.
Okay.
He had a conversation with some other customers, and they said something about it being early, and he said something about him working 3 other jobs. And he said it as if he was bragging, but it was more of the sense of you're supposed to be doing something here. And it was like, all right, I ain't worried about it. I got 3 other jobs. Like, He was like brushing off something that he did wrong and the customer seen him do it wrong, and he was called out on it. And his response was, "I ain't worried about it. I got 3 other jobs outside of here." First of all, you got 3 other jobs. You wasting that much time, bro. You're already in the wrong mindset to even thrive past where you at right now.
Right.
I can't imagine how somebody with 4 jobs is making it anywhere in life. Like, and then on top of that, you're upset about the fact that you messed up, and then you blame it on the people who is paying your paychecks, i.e., the customer.
Mm-hmm.
So I just wanted to put that out there. We could talk about those type of people all we want on this podcast. I don't even remember what the topic was, but yeah, I just wanted to go into that tangent. We'd already been going too long about me talking about Waffle House. So yeah, it was a strange thing to me, man. I just wanted to yoke my man up and like, yo, like you mad at the process. Don't be mad at my food and having me here as long as you here because you don't want to be here. I don't want to be here either. I just came because me and my girl wanted waffles. That's it. I'm in here a whole 45 minutes to an hour later waiting on waffles. And the first thing I said to her was, yeah, let's just get the waffles from there. Let's make the rest of the food at home. I could have just made the rest of the food at home and still came out quicker than 45 minutes and still had enough time to shit, shower, and shave before the podcast. But I couldn't even do that because I was waiting on waffles for 45 minutes. Yeah, Marcus, I don't even know what we supposed to be talking about on this episode. Who had a topic?
You did, sir.
Oh.
Man, that's
what did I? Oh yeah, I sent it to you in the text.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's kind of interesting how you saw those 2 attitudes in a small place like Waffle House. You saw somebody with a star player mentality,
right?
Like we mentioned last episode,
right.
And somebody that's a slave to his work. Like you said, he had 4 jobs. If neither one of those jobs is something that he's working on to better himself, to start a career, what is he doing? He's making all that money, probably spending it on, cars, booze, whatever, putting it straight back into the economy instead of putting it back into himself.
Yeah. But even if he was though, like even if he was doing something outside of this job to do something better for himself, his attitude is still not right for making it anywhere. Like if your attitude is that negative, if you're the only negative mind in a sea of positive people, you will never move anywhere anyway because you can't be positive enough to allow the opportunity to come to you when it comes to you. So it don't even matter. So you can do all that if you want, but at the same time, if you can't change your mindset, if you can't change how you operate, don't nobody want that mess around them. You come around me heavy. I don't want that around me. You every time you make a mistake, anytime you fuck up something, I gotta call you out and you just brush it off to the fact that you got 3 other jobs. Bro, your other jobs probably ain't gonna want your ass either. Like, yo, you gotta own up to that. Like if I make a mistake, if I screw up something, especially if it's something that you weren't even supposed to touch anyway. If I screw up something, trying to help, by all means, hey, my bad. I wasn't even paying attention to that. I apologize. I'll do better next time. Just keep it moving. Right. Just apologize for it and keep it going. You inconvenience. At that point, he inconvenienced 3 people because not only did he make me wait, not only did he make me and Alyssa wait, he made the manager upset because she told me that it was 4 minutes. And at the 5th minute, when she already knew that things were coming to grind time, she already knew she was on her way to go get those waffles, and she couldn't get them because he screwed up. So ultimately, that made the guy who took the orders made him look even more incompetent on top of the issues that he was already having. But it made me wonder, like, was he really screwing up that bad, or was this guy just creating problems within the culture?
Yep.
So yeah, like for real, if any of y'all out there like that, especially y'all who got more than one job, man, I'm tired of hearing people talk about I got 2-3 jobs. Man, I don't care about your 2 or 3 jobs, man. You out here You out here slaving yourself for $1 bill. You ain't even trying to move forward. You just slaving yourself you moving on a treadmill. That's all you doing. Working three jobs, bro. Like, what is wrong with you? You got 168 hours in a week. You spend 40 hours at a full-time job, and then you got 2 other part-time jobs, bro. What are you doing with your life? How could you possibly move forward like that, man? It's not possible. Man, all right. I'm gonna get off my soapbox, man. I'm gonna get off that, man, because I swear, bro. Like, when I tell you I hate being around broke people, that's one of the reasons why, right there. Like, I hate that mentality, man. It's so draining and toxic. Like, every time you get around it, man, it just feels like somebody like putting like what's those weighted armbands that Goku wore in Dragon Ball Z, the joints that weigh like 300 pounds, and like he dropped them joints off to get faster, and like it just left craters. Like, it felt like somebody like putting like weighted ankle weights on you or something. Or it's horrible, man. It's horrible. I hate being around broke people. I hate it. But yeah, man. Oh wait, I don't even remember what the thing was. I had to read it because I completely forgot why I wanted to bring it up or what the okay. So expectations of finding your way in life versus the reality. All right, what did you based off of that, man? What can you tell? I'm gonna let you go. Like, you're just bring something back, man. What you got? What you got?
What I got from that is something that actually happened recently. I'm not gonna put my dude's business out there like that. But the people that give up too soon, for me, like, you work hard, you run the race, you train for it and everything, and you start it, you see how hard it was, and instead of pushing to finish, you push to get out of it. You don't learn from it or nothing. You quit. And I'm just like, you have the answers, you have the blueprint right in front of you.
Yeah.
But you quit, and I'm just like why? It's just those people you just want to like just grab them by the shoulders and like just shake them, like, you know.
Oh yeah.
And I'm just like, what makes you get into that mentality of wanting to quit? Like, no one said it was gonna be easy. Nobody said it's gonna be a cakewalk. You're gonna have to work hard for it. You're gonna have to get out of your comfort zone, push past, and things are gonna fight back. Things are gonna, get in your way, trip you up, and it's gonna hurt. But like, why stop? You made it. You went through all this hardship, all this pain, all this, and instead of like not internalizing it to bottle it up, but internalizing it to get an understanding of it, you just push all that away and just quit. All that time, all that effort, you just quit. And I'm just like,
break it down. Give them some practicality to it. Break it down. Let's go.
All right. So, relationships are a prime example of this. You spend years with someone, you know them. You basically know them, and their little insecurities or their little quirks sometimes trip you up, and you just
right.
It makes you fall. Yes, it does make you fall, and when you fall on your face, it hurts. Just get back up. Talk with that person, talk it out, figure out where the compromise needs to be made, where the changes need to be made, and just take baby steps to do that. Don't just, all right, this, I'm tired of you doing this.
It's getting too hard. I'm gone.
Yeah.
I come back when it's easy.
When is it gonna be easy? If you don't address it, if you don't, get through it, it's not gonna be easy for you. That's like saying, all right, the house is on fire. I'm gonna go, and I'll be back when it's not on fire.
It's gonna be gone when you come back, bro. It's gonna be gone. It's gonna be gone. Like, don't even worry about it. Just if you leave, don't even bother looking back.
Right.
Yeah, man. Oh damn! Like, Um. Oh, wait. Yeah, that's a deep one, man. And now it's coming back to me what happened, what made me realize like why I brought this up. I'll go ahead and talk while you fix that.
Yeah.
But yeah. Like I had a situation, right? Like and we've been doing this podcast for over a year, and we've had our struggles, our ups, our downs, and
Right.
we not perfect people by no stretch of the imagination. We're not perfect. We never said that we were perfect. I never said I was perfect. I'm not an expert at anything that I talk about. However, I just know things because these are things that I hear. These are things
Right.
that I've experienced. These are things that I know work because there are people who are pulling me ahead that preach these things, and these are just principles that every man should know. Every person who has ever read a Bible should know the principles of the principles of success. Every man who ever sold something knows the philosophy behind selling and why you should focus on selling whatever it is that you have, because your life in general is an idea that needs to be sold to other people, and that's the reason why people strive to be liked by others. You have to sell other individuals on why you need to be liked by them. Shout out to Grant Cardone, Sell or Be Sold. Yeah, it's a powerful book. Recommend it to anybody, whether you're trying to sell something or whether you're just trying to live your life. I promise you, we're all trying to sell something in life. From the time that we're children to the time that we're adults. But it's one of those things where like it's like, and this is like a struggle for somebody who goes through personal development a lot. You read all the time and you listen to all of these gurus say all of these different things, and everybody is saying the same exact thing. But you know exactly what to do because you hear everybody saying that this is what you should be doing. But at the same time, when it comes time to doing it yourself, it's almost like the more you do it, no matter how long you do it, no matter how long you listen to the advice, no matter how much energy you put into it, nothing seems to be working. Nothing seems to be working. It's like I continually, like, it's like somebody tells you that if you run into this direction, eventually you're going to find east. If you run into this direction, eventually you're going to find east. Like, but at the same time, everybody telling you that you're running into this direction. You're going. I know that look like west on your screen, but you're going, and you're going. But you feel like, I don't know if this is east. I haven't reached my destination yet. Go east. You'll find your destination. Keep running east. You'll find your destination. You may not see it now, but if you keep running, you'll find it eventually. But you keep running and you keep running, you keep running, you keep tripping over stuff. You running through storms. You got hail coming at you. You got stuff beating you in the face as you trying to go. You running through trees and stuff. You just like, you in the middle of a desert. You like just going and you like, yo, I'm still going east. Where is my destination? And then you're like, yo, I keep going. I keep putting myself through this same thing every single day, every single minute, every single week, every breath I take. I'm going through this. I'm struggling. I'm fighting through. I'm trying to stay motivated to do it, but I just cannot do it. I think I'm just going to turn back around, because turning back around is a lot easier, and it gotta feel a lot better than keep going through this hell that I'm going through. But no matter how many times people keep telling you you're on your way back west, and everybody is like, yo, what you doing? Keep going east. Yo, you'll find your destination. But it's like, you cannot do it, because it's like, I've never seen the destination. I've never seen it. I've kept running. I've been running east. Y'all say, keep going east and I'll find it. But I've never seen the destination. So where am I going to? I don't even know what I'm running for. So it's one of those things. It's like, yo, and this is not about running. I ain't trying to talk about no track stars and nothing like that. I tried to run track and I failed. I almost damn near broke my leg. This ain't about track. This is about you constantly looking at the information that's in front of you and you're reading the information, and all of the gurus are saying that this is what you need to do. This is how you need to be. Bro, the biggest epiphany that I've ever learned in my life is that no matter what business you're in, the success principles are still the same. You still got to brand yourself. You still got to know the principles of how to win friends and influence people. That's one book. You still got to know the principles of networking. You still got to know the 7 habits of highly effective people. That's 3 books. You still got to know the same exact things in every single business that you go through. You still got to know the same exact things, but it seems like no matter how much information you get, it's still hard to do and apply those things that you learn from those books when you're going through the daily struggle. When you working for a place like I can't even say the name. You working for a place like Walmart distribution center, and the job constantly breaking you down, and you still running east, and everybody that you work with, they just run in circles. They don't do nothing but run in circles, and you trying to run east in a through a crowd of people that's just running in circles, and you still trying to find east. They looking at you like you crazy. Of course you want to give up. Of course you want to quit. So I had a situation recently where I'm just like looking at the book list, Mark, and I don't even know if you ever seen this book list, man. It's scary. It's scary, bro. Like I promise you, like if you think about what goes into a book and what type of energy an author puts into a work, a literary work when they're writing it, bro. That list is scary, bro. Then I'm telling you, it's like 83 books on that thing, man. It's still growing. I said 70 something last time. It's still growing, bro. Like there's still stories in there, and these are not things that like most of it is stuff that I've already thought about. But then there's other things that's like, okay, this character probably deserves their own story. So it's stuff that constantly gets added into that thing, man. But like you look at something like that and you're just thinking like, man, like I've done all this up until this point and I've never had success. I listen to all these people say all this stuff, bro. But in all reality, I've been doing what they say I should be doing, but I can't get through it. I can't break through. I can't win. I've never won. So it makes you think like, yo, what is the purpose to keep going?
I mean, with that, it all depends on your heart. Like, is your heart in it? Like, what are your motives?
Right.
Like, are you doing it just to get that gratification of, or are you putting it out there? Like, all I need is one. Like, if I touch one person with my book, then I'd feel successful. With the keep running thing, I mean, like you said it yourself, you're always going to keep running because of the silver wing mentality.
Yep.
You're always going to be striving for gold. It's not to say that you're going to attain gold. You're just going to be striving for it.
Right.
What I got from the keep running east, like eventually all that stuff that you're running from, everything that's behind you, it's gonna be easy to stop and quit and go backwards because you've been through that already.
Yeah. Oh yes. Yeah. Keep going. Yep. I love it. Yo, for real. Like and I told you, bro, when it hit me, I never thought about stopping. Like I never thought about quitting when it hit me, but it was just one of those things. It's like, yo, like I see an opportunity to advance in where I am, but not necessarily where I want to go.
Right.
I drew out a map of a floor plan of the dream home that I would have with Alyssa in the future. And we didn't even. It's so big at the moment that we can't even calculate the square feet of it at the current moment. Like we drew it on a sheet of graph paper. There's 3 levels, and we're looking at that thing like, yo, like, this thing is huge. Like movie theater, all the works, bro. And we looking like, yo, how much is it going to take to get into this? And I'm just looking like, and I gotta be the one of crazy faith because I can't allow myself to be like, I can't allow myself to not have faith in the things that I want, because I'm the person that'll straight up tell you like, yo, if you want it, go get it. Straight up, go get it. Like if you want it and you really want it that bad, find a way to get it. So I can't be the one to look back, but I'm like, yo, how easy would it be to just accept what is reality right now? How easy would it be to just, yo, move up into this house that we about to get and just stop there? How easy would it be to just stay like, yo, like forget your goals of retiring your girl before you start trying to have kids? Like, yo, forget all that. That's not even important. Let her work. Like, how easy would it be to just be like, yo, everything that you thought you wanted, just go ahead and just say, nah, just move it to the side and just say, you're good with what you got. Let's be grateful. That's what most people tell you. Just be grateful. Be grateful for everything that you have. Why are you working so hard? Why are you doing so much? Just be grateful for what you got. How easy would it be to just give up and just say, yo, I don't even want success. I don't even want money. I don't even want to live comfortable. I want what my mom wants for me, and I want to just be satisfied with everything that I got. Bruh. And people do it to you all the time, and these are folks that mean well, and the ones that they tell you that you can't do something when you know it's the thing that you should be doing. And they say, well, you know, it ain't meant for everybody, baby. You ain't never had nobody with that much money in your family. Oh, you know, we just common folks, or this one here. Your family has always been from Petersburg. Why you want to change that?
Okay.
Yup. Let's go there. Let's go there.
I'm not saying Petersburg is not like a prestige and nothing like that. I mean, I'm pretty sure that there was once upon a time where Petersburg was
maybe when it was all white people living in downtown Petersburg. Maybe.
But that is that, like
when Walnut Hill was considered the suburbs. Maybe
that is terrible. But you would want to strive for something greater than what you've seen, because you've seen your family, you know, go through the struggle. Everybody's seen their family go through the struggle.
Yeah.
If they acknowledge it or not, you've seen the way they look into the little the baggie up top where they, you know, put the cash for the bills, or, you know, for something important they gotta pay. You've seen them look into that baggie and make that strange face. You've seen them with the checkbook writing.
Oh, you seen them at the kitchen table like this?
Yeah.
Everybody saying it, man. I tell people all the time, like, yo, I watched my mom from the time that my dad died up until the time I moved out of her house, which was a 15-year time period where I saw her every single week, or once a month in the light of the bills, trying to pay bills, just sitting at the kitchen table shaking her head, just trying to figure out where she was gonna get that money from. And she had the money. What she was trying to figure out was how she was gonna live her life outside of paying the bills. Yeah. So she had plenty of money to pay the bills, but she was upset because she didn't have enough money to go to bingo. She was upset because she didn't have enough money to buy her cigarettes. She was upset because she had to figure out whether bingo wasn't more important than putting gas in her car to get to work. She was upset because of that. So people ain't necessarily out here building their lives more expensive than the job is paying them. Because there's every calculation in the world that I have when it comes to buying something. Okay, I make this much money a month. I spend this much. How much money do I have left over? Can that fit in the budget? So people ain't out here fucking up the budget like that. People out here, they messed up in their head because they're like, yo, I can't live the life I want because I got to pay bills.
And that goes right back to what you said at first, how they'll try so hard to spend less money on, you know, when it comes to bills, when it comes to everything else, and then in the end, they'll spend a lot more than what they're trying to actually spend.
Yeah.
Because all right, say you trying to penny pinch and you trying to hold that last quarter tank, quarter gas in the tank, and you trying to make it from, bingo to work the next day, and then back home. Then you make it to work. You on your way back to the house. Then you run out of gas. Now you got to call a tow truck.
Or get this one. I want you to check this one out. Or you spend so much of your life trying to squeeze and squinch all of the gas that's at the bottom of your gas tank, and you just sucked up so much dirt and trash into your gas and your fuel intake, and now you got to get your fuel intake changed because you just spent so much time riding on E. What your dumb ass? Come on. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, bruh. Look, so when you got people like that around you, let's bring it back around, bruh. You got people like that around you, bro. Of course you don't want to keep going. Cause all you ever seen was people do that. All you ever seen was people living like that. So of course, when it comes to moving forward, you don't know how to move forward when your family hasn't raised the bar for you enough to you to understand that this is where I stop. So this is all I know. And your people around you, they're not learned enough to understand that this is just where I stop. But because this is where I stop, that doesn't mean that you can't go up here. So of course, if you're trying to run, you done already reached here. By default, you're going to touch this. By default, you're going to touch this because that's what you were raised under. So this is your level of exposure right here. So by default, this is where you are. And everybody who's not watching the YouTube video understand that when your parents raised you, they raised the bar. They put the bar there. So wherever your parents stopped the bar at, that's by default. When you graduate high school, by default, if you reached for something, by God damn, you're going to reach that by default. So if you're running past the default, you're automatically going to feel some type of pressure by default. Like it's automatic that you're going to feel that pressure. And the people around you, most of the time, and most of us, if we're coming from like the middle class families, the middle class families don't understand anything but middle class. If they understood high society, they will be in high society. They will be part of the upper echelon. So if you were trying to reach the upper echelons, you cannot go back and get advice or seek counsel from the people around you, because by default, they've already raised their bar. Mm-hmm. So if you move past that, if you go back and talk to the people that brought you up, then they're going to try to pull you back down because they don't understand anything higher than what they're trying to reach. They've already reached their peak. So if they're already at their peak, then of course they can't help you move past the peak. They don't understand anything past the peak. That's how you get stuff like, you sure you want to do that? Don't you want to go back to school and get you a degree? That's all they know. Mm-hmm. Because that's all society taught them. And that's all their parents taught them. Come on now. And especially if you black, bro, you came from slavery. So you gotta understand that when it comes to mindset, and I hate to say this about black folks, like we're inept and we're unable to understand this, but you got to understand when it comes to mindset and raising the bar, bro, we got a slow start. Yeah. We got a slow start. We were enslaved. There was a time period that was literally less than 200 years ago where we couldn't even read. Yeah. We couldn't even read. So of course the bar wasn't set that damn high. You got to rate. Look, come on, man. Come on, bro.
Yeah.
That. Go ahead.
You kind of brought something to light to me, man. How our struggle kind of hinder us from growth, like and
it don't even have to, Mark. It don't even have to.
But having that mindset, having that logged in the back of your mind, and because it's like climbing a mountain. Like once you get to the higher ups, the atmosphere is different, the pressure is different. Like, if you're not used to it, you're gonna get lightheaded, you're gonna get woozy.
Yeah.
You're gonna feel like climbing back down. But it's like, I was just making that comparison. I was like, that's true. Like, the bar is set so low for the middle class. Like you said, once you get your diploma, once you get your degree, all right, go back to school for 4 more years, get your master's.
Your bachelor's, and then you get your master's. Yeah.
And then if you don't have like a set career choice, like what is there?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can get your general studies. That's what, 2 or is that 4?
I don't even know, bro.
I think 2.
You talking about the school stuff? I don't even know, dog. I don't even know. Like I got a different take on school now because of where I'm at in life, and I think at some point I'm gonna go and get a degree at some point. But I'm not going to get a degree because I feel like that's what I need to do. Like at the age of 20, I feel like coming from a background where I came from, bro, I had no business trying to understand where I should have gone in life when it comes to school. So you had the typical everyday of a child of at the age of 16 years old or something, who every day life is trying to get them to understand, like, yo, what do you want to do for a living? Where are you going to college? Yeah. What degree are you going to get? I had no business trying to figure that out when I was 16 years old because I didn't understand the world around me. Had no business, absolutely no business trying to understand that. So when it came to that, I was able to screw that up and move past it because I knew that wasn't where I was going. But now that I'm 30 years old and I understand life a little bit more, I understand that there may be a degree out there for me because corporate America has to take me serious in some degree. I get that. I understand that now. Not only do I understand that at this sense, I understand that if I get a degree in something, then my kids have to go out and they have to dominate the world in the same fashion. At some point, we talk about raising the bar. I know that if I at least try to start a business, if I at least call myself an entrepreneur, I have raised that bar to understand that I need to get the knowledge and whatever knowledge that I need to get to make it somewhere in life, so that when my kids come along, they see that, they understand that they got to get that same knowledge too in order to succeed. And then you talk about that word legacy. I understand that if I don't make it, then I have to be able to prepare the next generation to pick up where I left off so that their kids can make it. So this ain't about money. This ain't about getting money right now. It ain't about none of that. This is about the build. When they say it's about the journey, not about the destination. We talking about that journey. We talking about still running. We still running east right now. We talking about that. The run. If you're going to run, like Marcus said, you'd already put time into it. You'd already spent this much time. You'd already put this much effort into it. If you're going to run, don't turn back, because everything that you just ran for, you just lost it. You just lost it. If you're going to run and you're going to put that much time into it, don't make it for nothing. Don't make it for nothing. If you're going to cry about something, I'd rather you cry. Like ET said, I'd rather you cry to fight than to cry to give up.
Right.
Because you're going to feel the pain regardless. And I promise you, the pain of not continuing, when you reach your deathbed, when you start walking back west and you hit west, and you finally make it west, and you hit your deathbed, the only thing that you're going to be thinking about is what could have happened if you kept running east.
And that, so, I don't know if I want to call it a fear or I guess you could say the fear. It's the closest thing I can think of to name it.
What else is it?
I got this fear of like settling. Like I don't want to stop and then have the regret of not going forward.
Yeah.
I don't want to settle for like the mundane. Like, all right, this is where I'm comfortable. This is it. I'm gonna stop growing right here.
Yeah.
It feels like like a loss. Like you, like where's your drive? Where's your motive? Where's your energy at? It's just like, all right, like I could stop here. You know, we rent the house, you know, from my aunt or whatever. It's not, you know, stupid expensive, so I'm good. Bills are good. Life is good. What is there else? You know, I can move up in my job and maybe, you know, get like a smaller raise. Maybe be the AM. Maybe, I don't know. And then I'm just like, where's the fun in that? Where's the excitement? Like some people, they just get to a point in their lives and they're just living out the rest of the day so they die, really.
Yeah.
And it's like,
can I be honest, right quick?
What's up?
And I'm gonna say this, and I ain't trying to like, I ain't trying to sound nasty when I say this, but that's why I'm divorced, dog. That's like the biggest reason that made me divorce my ex-wife, because of what you just said. Like, you didn't want to feel like you were settling. You didn't want to feel stuck, and she didn't mind it. She didn't mind living in a trailer with her parents, even though she had a kid. She didn't mind not having her own. She didn't mind living with her parents, and I did. And that used to be a source of all of our arguments, because I wanted more. The fact that I wanted more was the reason why we grew into different directions, because at a certain point where and people are going to give you their goals, their dreams, their aspirations when it comes to what they want in their life, and it's up to you. It's up to you to understand, like, where do you fit in those dreams, those goals, and those aspirations. And if you can't, then, you know, you're gonna have to take a step back. And my ex, she was like, yo, I don't feel like I fit into that world that you want to go for. By all means, you go ahead and do what you do. We grew into separate directions. We tried to make it work in the long run. In the long run, it didn't, though. I kept running east. And unfortunately, when you're running, you realize that at some point you got some weight on you that you need to get off of you. So I let her go, and then 2 years later, I let her bags go. I hope somebody caught that. I let her go, and 2 years later, I realized I let her bags go too, because I was still holding on to the pain of that not succeeding, but I had to let it go.
Right.
I had to let it go. So it's okay to want more in life. Nobody ever said that it's a sin to think outside the box. Whoever said that it was a sin to think outside the box? Right. So why is in society today we look at people who don't think like us, and we still looking at them like they aliens, and we about to deport them into another planet? Like, why are we still doing that? It just go ahead.
It's not the social norm.
Right.
Since my brother's been down, we've been watching The Good Doctor, and it's just like the what is his name? I can't think of. But anyway,
I wanted to get into that show.
One of the doctors, you know, he's a great doctor, incredible doctor.
Yeah,
but he has autism.
But he autistic. Yeah.
And it's just like seeing how his brain works, how different he thinks. He gets a lot of shit for it, but it's like
it works.
You can't hold a candle to his work.
It works. It's just like I don't know if you ever watch House.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Even better. Yeah.
Same thing. His methods were unconventional, but they work. And it's the same thing with everybody who's ever been great. Alexander Graham Bell said, yo, I want to know what would have happened if we tried to send voiceover through a wire. People was like, yo, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, yo, you can't do that shit. The next thing you know, the telegraph is invented. And then after that, the telephone. We got cell phones now. Like, yo, what? Like, come on, bruh. Whoever said, yo, I want to see a touchscreen on a cellular device was like, yo, that's fucking insane.
That's
You can't do
crazy.
that. Whoever said, like, yo, I want to, as a human, I want to fly. Wright brothers, they called them insane. It called them insane. They said, you cannot do that. That's not how humans work. The airplane, 20 years later, the airplane was flying. Come on, bruh. Like, hey, Einstein, they called Einstein retarded when he was, up until he was 6 years old. He wasn't retarded. You just couldn't think on the level that he was thinking on. His IQ was higher than yours. So because your IQ wasn't on the same level, you wrote him off to make yourself feel better. Come on. Come on. They ain't ready for that. They not ready for that. All right.
We gotta do better as a society, because that happens almost every day. Every day in life, there's someone that's being looked down upon because no one else can think as they think of, or their thought process is not of the social norm, and it's detrimental, because that person's gonna grow up their entire life thinking that they're inadequate, that they're and their true potential will never be reached, and that's a lost soul right there that could have been cultivated into something great.
Yeah. Yeah. So what are we trying to say? What are we trying to say to y'all?
Don't. Oh, you got something?
Yeah, I got it. We can go ahead and end it after this because we've been on for a little over an hour, but we're gonna close it off by saying this, man. What we trying to say is that during your journey, you're going to come to some rough stuff. You're going to come to some stuff that makes you want to keep going. You're going to come to some stuff that make you want to quit. And you're going to come to some stuff that make you even alter where you're running to. You might change course somewhere in the middle of your run. But all in all, you got to keep going. You're going to get to situations where your environment doesn't look right and your environment is telling you that you need to stop. You're going to your job could overwork you and you could feel like you don't have any energy to work on your goals. It's easy to say, well, I worked a full shift today, so I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna chill and I'm not going to get out of bed until it's time to go back to work. It's easy to say that, but understand that is your environment talking for you. Don't let your environment talk for you. You talk for your environment. So that way, when you talk for your environment, you're able to change the environment around you. So the people around you, your family, they're not going to understand exactly 100% what you're trying to do. Your coworkers, the people that you call friends at work, they're not going to understand 100% what you're trying to do. That is why you need to stay quiet about your goals and you just need to work on them. If you're around someone who has never had any aspirations of doing anything more than what they're doing, then by all means you are able to keep quiet. You do not have to speak about goals to that person, because I promise you, the more you try to speak life into the people who are lifeless, then they're going to just drain the life out of you. Therefore, you ain't gonna be able to keep running. Therefore, you're not going to be able to keep running. And that doesn't just apply to coworkers either. That applies to family members as well. Because some people, they feel the need, and you might be one of the people who feel the need to say that because this is my family, then I have to do this for this person. I have to do that for that person. I have to be there for them when they're having a bad day. But if they're having a bad day every time you talk to them, then you're just giving your energy, all of your energy, to this person who can't pull themselves together and get out of their own shit. So I really implore you guys to keep running. I really advise you guys to keep running. If you have a goal, you have a dream, just keep running these. Just keep running these. Swimming. But eventually you'll find, you can even walk if you want to, but if you walk with your head up and your chest out, and always look to the stars, because your destiny isn't written on the ground.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Dirty Trunk Podcast, where the elephant is always welcome. It is me, your boy Marcus Morton. Here with me, as always, the Aaron Mack. We are signing out, y'all. Peace.
All right, peace, love y'all. See y'all next week.